Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at my 7 including the Apple watch collection here. So first I want to start out with my pride and joy, my Seiko Presage collection, SARX055, also known as the Seiko Baby Grand Snowflake. So right away you're going to notice an awesome dial, along with some attention to detail with the applied indices here, the markers on the dial, hour and second, and the second hand. So this is an all titanium watch. It's a 6R15 movement with 50 hours of power reserve. It does have the date on the right hand side. Like I said, everything is titanium, so it's very lightweight, and it fits perfect on a 6.5-inch wrist. It is 40.8 millimeters case size, and surprisingly, this fits fantastic on my wrist. If you want to see more, you can watch. I do have some other in-depth reviews on this watch on my channel. For the money, what I paid for this watch, $600. This was a steal, and quite frankly, my most favorite watch in my collection. Moving on in the collection here, we have the Seiko SPRF53, part of the Presage collection as well. This watch caught my eye when I saw it on Teddy Baldessar. The lighting isn't the best here with it, but you can see just a beautiful light blue dial. Of course, it is applied, but it gives right there, you can see applied indices that match the dial identically, and it gives such a nice, for the money, $393. For the money right now, this is one of the best watches you can buy. This has an awesome movement. I believe it is we're just taking a quick look here. It is a 4R35. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the 6R15, but this is a 4R35 movement. Case size here is 41.7. It's 11.7 millimeters thick. Of course, this is stainless steel. With that 4R35 movement, you're getting 21,600 vibrations per hour, 23 joules, and a power reserve of 41 hours. So not quite like that Seiko SARX055, but for the money you're going to pay, you get one of the best dials that Seiko makes, in my opinion. A beautiful date on the bottom, a beautiful butterfly style bracelet that does fit a little bit looser than that Baby Grand, and a nice dress watch that you can honestly pair with any sort of lighter color and go out with as a sport watch as well. So again, you have beautiful chrome, or silver I should say, minute and hour hands, and then you have a beautiful dark blue second hand that contrasts very well with the light blue, actually, in my opinion. So again, Seiko on the side. The movement is the only thing that holds this watch back as a 4R35. They could have put a 6R15 in it, but that is okay. This is a budget dress watch from Seiko, and Seiko has clearly the best dials in the game, and that is why I ended up buying this watch. It definitely does not look very big on the wrist either. It fits on the wrist quite well, and as you can see, doesn't look overly big even in the palm of my hand. All right, getting it on the wrist here, you can even see it from a distance. It doesn't look overly big, and it definitely doesn't look too bulky for my wrist. The case size is, I guess, muted by the actual dial size. This is a larger dial, so the case isn't as big, and thus making the design look a little bit smaller, more like a 39 millimeter watch on the wrist. We have finally made it to one of my other favorite watches in the collection, although I don't wear this watch enough. This is the Seiko 5 Sports SRP J1. So you can see I've done some mods on this. I switched the black. I didn't really like the NATO strap that was on there, and I got a Barton orange silicone pumpkin strap, with black bottom, and it matches the orange of the Seiko pretty dang well, I must say. So this is more of their field watch. You know, it is a little bit smaller, but it does fit well on the wrist. One thing I don't like about it is the thickness, and I do have a black watch that matches it fairly close as well. But overall, though, it's a nice watch. It's lightweight with the silicone strap here, and it does have that nice movement as well. Taking a look at it there. You get a diameter of 39.4 millimeters, a thickness of 13.22, so a little bit thicker than those dress watches. You do have a stainless steel case with a black hard coating. The crystal is curved hard lux, which is pretty standard on these Seikos, and I do have to say the curved hard lux is actually really nice and pretty scratch resistant, I must say. Of course, you get 100 meters of water resistance, and you get that 4R36 movement that Seiko likes to put in all of their kind of standard, I should say budget watches, although this was still about $250. And I really like the contrasting orange on it. It helps to see during dark, and you can really pair it with a lot of outfits and stand out with this watch without being too flashy. And like I said, the 39, this is a larger case instead of the dial, so the case definitely stands out a little bit more, and this watch feels a little bit bigger than it actually is, but it fits very nice on the wrist. I also like on the back how you can see the guts of the watch, which is pretty cool. And of course, you have all of your info on the back. There's the 4R36 movement, 24 jewels. And it's a beautifully made watch for the money. Again, Seiko is just putting out such great products for such a low cost that if you're just getting into the watch game like myself and you want to start a nice collection, then you know, Seiko really is the way to go. All right, now we're moving to the least used watch in the collection. This is the Swatch Sidereal Blue. Is the name on it, although it is called the SN143. So you get a quartz movement with this and 3 bars of water resistance. If you listen closely, it's quite a loud watch, but for $70, something just to throw on really quick, really light. It is a fun watch to use and to pair with anything blue or black. Kind of gives you that fun look, and not a lot of people wear swatches anymore, although Swatch Group is one of the largest watchmakers in the world, if not the largest. So case size on this is right around 40 millimeters. Doesn't look too big on the wrist. It is light. It is adjustable, you know, rubber strap. Quartz movement that is pretty dang loud. And yeah, I bought it because I like the price point. I like something just to throw on really quick. Even in the summertime with a t-shirt, it looks good on. And the gold contrasts with the blue and the white really, really, really well. One of the better looking Swatch watches I have seen. And the gold with the blue really gives it a rich look, although, you know, it's pure plastic watch. But I liked it, and for that reason, I do wear this a couple times a year, and I'm still glad I bought it. And here we go again with the Seiko SRP J1. So this is the sister watch to the other Seiko SRP H that I showed you earlier, and the only real difference in this is the indices and the markers on the hands are painted black instead of orange. But you get the same movement, same case size. This is the Field Street model, of course, and you get that 4R36 movement. Of course, it's automatic, 24 jewels, 10 bars of water resistance, 39.4 millimeter case size, lug to lug, 48 millimeters, curved hard lux, 20 millimeter distance between the lugs. And it is stainless steel, so all the specs are the exact same as that other Seiko, except it's black, which I don't wear this watch enough. It is a true field watch, and it could fit in during anything. I find myself putting on my black Apple Watch instead of this more often. just because that has more capability. But this honestly looks a lot better. And of course it's black, and you can pair it with anything. I got the black Barton silicone watch band as well, and I feel like this is a really good, sleek looking blacked out watch. And that's why I bought it. Again, right around that $250 price point. Looks pretty sweet. We finally reached the end of my watch reviews, and I want to show you my most was my most favorite watch until I got this Seiko Baby Grand Snowflake. This is the Notice Sector Sport in the glacial color. Notice is probably making some of the best watches on the market today for the money. The dial is astronomically beautiful. The indices are great. The white of the indices contrasts so well with the dial, with that, that Tiffany blue almost dial, but in its own Notice twist. The little bit of orange or yellow, like the yellowish orange on the sector and at the 12 o'clock position here, contrast really well with the white and the blue. And I do have to say, this has the Node X bracelet on it with the strap. And this is one of the easiest adjusting, easiest wearing watches I have ever worn in my life. For the money, this was $400 used on eBay. This is my most worn watch, so you can see it does get a lot of use. There are some scratches and whatnot on it. But, I mean, it really wears so nice. It is heavier, which sometimes I kind of like that heaviness. It is a stainless steel bracelet and a stainless steel case. And it does come with a Seiko movement as well as we get into the technical details. But just the color is what blew me away. I actually was listening to the Smoking Tire podcast, and as much as I want one of those that Matt Farah put out, I wasn't able to buy that. I'm not spending that much money on a watch unless I go Grand Seiko. So this is a Seiko TMI NH38, no date. Its origin is Japan. It's 24 joules, 41 hours of power reserve, and it's plus or minus 10 seconds per day, regulated by Notice. So this is, quite frankly, a Seiko, but just micro-branded into a Notice watch with Seiko movement, which is fantastic. I'm a big Seiko fan, so to say I have 4.5 Seikos is pretty sweet. But you can tell it is a little bit on the smaller side. It is like a field watch. It is the Sector, of course. And you do get surgical grade stainless steel. It's 316L. It's 38 millimeters in width, 12.5 millimeters in thickness, 47 millimeters in lug to lug, and 20 millimeters lug width. So the glass is a flat top sapphire crystal with domed underside, blue anti-reflective coating on the underside as well. The bezel is fixed, and the lume is a Swiss Super Luminova BGW9 grade A, 100 meters of water resistance, as it says right on the dial. This watch is perfect. It's not too big, it's not too small. As where some of these Seiko Presages are a little bit, they can be a little on the larger size for everyday use. This is perfect for a smaller wrist. The dial doesn't understate the crown too bad, or the case, and the blue definitely steals the show. The weight is nice. It's everything you want in a watch. It isn't overly thick, so it doesn't look too large on your wrist like some of these Seiko Sports do. And the price point is really nice. Right now, you can buy one of these new for $475. Used, it's going to run you about $350. So there we have it. There are my watches. And this is a really good starting collection, assuming I just started this about a year ago, less than a year ago. You can see that I have amassed a decent collection, but it is time to slow down for sure. Watches can get you really deep into the rabbit hole pretty quickly. So I have amassed a decent collection. I may sell some of these here and go a different route, but I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. If you like this sort of stuff, like and subscribe. Thank you.